Okay, finally, we are talking about the last component of our APA style and format, and that has to do with in-text citations. And if you recall, I'll say that in a minute. So there are two ways to provide citations or in-text citations with APA citation or APA format. And it's the same with MLA or APA, but APA works a little bit differently. And the first of those two ways is parenthetical. And that's where, remember, your parenthetical citations are the things that are in quotation, or not quotation marks, that are in parentheses at the end of the sentence. And like MLA, your parenthetical citations are going to come at the end of the sentence that they are found in. What's different about APA and MLA is the stuff that you need inside of the parenthesis. So you need a bunch of stuff in your parenthetical in-text citation for APA format. Of course, like MLA, you need the author's last name. Then you need a comma, the year of publication, another comma, a P period, and then the page number. And that, if you remember back to when we were working with MLA citation format, give me just a second. MLA citations looked like MLA parenthetical citations looked like this, right? And I believe I gave the example of you want to think of your parenthetical or in-text citations for MLA as a beautiful, clear, pristine, private pool, right? You don't want any poop, you don't want any pee. You just have this, author and the last name, the author's last name and the page number. I want you guys to think of APA in-text citations as kind of the public swimming pool, right? You've got all of this stuff that's crammed in there. You've got your poop, you've got your pee, you've got the last probably, the date of when it was last cleaned and how many people are swimming in it with you. So you've got this kind of a public swimming pool because you got to add all of this extra information in an APA parenthetical style citation. So I'll talk about what to do if there is no page number, but you need to have the author's last name, comma, year of publication, another comma, and then the page number, all inside of that parenthetical in-text citation. For example, this is an example of a paraphrase. Here's my, citation, or if, I wanted to show that this was a direct quote, which I don't believe it is. Here is my quoted material, and here's my in-text citation at the end. Oops. At the end of my sentence, and here I have all of the information that I need. I have my year of publication, I have my page number, and then I have my commas and my P. The other way you can provide a citation, an in-text citation, is with a narrative. And a narrative in-text citation is simply something like, I want you guys to think back to those signal phrases that we talked about when we were talking about MLA style. A narrative is simply a fancy way of saying including the author's name directly in the sentence. So you're including that in your writing, you're narrating, you're providing a signal phrase with the author's last name in the sentence directly. So an example of this would be, here I have my author's last name, Atkins, suggest that Purdue OWL is a good source for students. But after you have the author, in a narrative in-text citation, after you have the author's last name, you have to include the year of publication followed by the author's last name. So whether or not you use a narrative style or a parenthetical style citation, the year of publication has to follow the author's last name, and it follows it in parentheses. So again, it's kind of like a signal phrase. You could have it like this, or you could say according to Atkins, in an article written by Atkins, whatever you want to say, but it's including the author's last name directly in the sentence. APA style and the research that some of you guys are going to be doing sometimes include 2 or more authors. And when you're citing a work with 2 or more authors in a parenthetical citation, you want to use and the ampersand symbol between the names. So here is my direct quotation. And, or here is my, here's my direct quotation. And then here is my in-text citation with my ampersand separating the 2 authors' names. If you are doing a narrative style citation, you don't use the ampersand sign, you simply use the word and in between the author's last names. If there are 3 or more authors, which some of the articles that you guys will be doing, because they are a lot of the articles that some of you guys will be using have more than one author because they are collaboratively written, and that's kind of common for scholarly work. 3 or more authors, you want to list the name of the authors, the first author, the first one that's written, plus the phrase et al., which is Latin for and others, in every citation. So if you have a narrative style citation, Lynn et al. Or Lynn and others, 2019, etc., etc. Or if you have an in-text parenthetical citation, here is the same kind of information, but the parenthetical citation. Here's my author's last name, the phrase et al. And others. 2019. So that is how you would do 3 or more authors, the phrase et al. If there is no author, right, you would want to use the source's full title in the narrative citation. So cite the first word, so if you are putting if you are using a narrative style citation, you would put according to, and instead of the author's name, you would put the title of the article. If you are doing a parenthetical citation, you would just simply put the first word of the title followed by the year publication. So, and just remember, articles and chapters are in parentheses or quotation marks. Books and reports are italicized. So if this were the title of a book, right, you would italicize it. If you are using a group as an author, so for example, if you were citing something from the PETA organization or the American Cancer Association or I don't know, the FDA, right, as this example shows, you would mention the organization the first time you cite the source in either a narrative citation or parenthetical citation. So if I'm citing the Food and Drug Administration, I would spell that agency out the first time, followed by an abbreviation, right, of that. And then in the parentheses, the year separated by a comma, and then everything else after that you can Yeah, no. Anyways, if you mention the group in a parenthetical citation, you would cite it this way. You would put the name of the agency, and then in brackets you would put the initials FDA. Then the comma and then the year. So that's how you do as a group as an author. Um, if there are no page numbers, there are 4 ways that you can indicate that there are no page numbers. You can list the heading, section, or name after the year. If the article has headings or section titles, you can list an abbreviated heading or section name in quotation marks if the heading is too long. And this is I think this is the easiest way and my preferred way. However you do it is up to you as long as it's one of these 4. I simply like to list the paragraph number because it's easy to kind of number the paragraphs or count the paragraphs and just indicate the paragraph number if there is no page number. Or you can do a combination of this one and list the heading, section, and the paragraph number if there are 100 paragraphs or whatever. So anyways, that is how you would do something with no page number. That is all I have for you guys in terms of APA style. I know that I kind of went through it very quickly, but and again, I'm not asking you guys to memorize any of this stuff, but I am asking you guys to be aware of how to find or access the information. So these are just some of the common these are the most common explanations of APA format, and these are the ones that you guys are going to more than likely run into. If you have any questions about in-text citations, a reference page, or formatting your APA style paper, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I know it's tricky. I know it's a lot to remember, but I've kind of hit the highlights for what I am asking you guys to kind of keep in the back of your mind. So again, let me know if you have any questions and feel free to reach out to me if you have any APA troubles at all.